All right, so let's jump right into our formal observation process. In addition to the actual observation, as we already said, this should include a pre and a post observation meeting. I love those pre observations. So, what should be covered during that meeting?
So I think the biggest piece of that principal teacher meeting pre-observation is to really empower your teacher to know that this is a process of growth. This isn't a consequence. It's not a punishment. It really is an opportunity for them to get some professional feedback from their supervisor. And it helps build that relationship between the teacher and the principal. I found that my first year as a principal, it was really scary going into those pre-observation meetings. I had only been out of the classroom for a year, and now I'm an administrator, and I have to be responsible for, providing feedback for people that are still in the classroom. And that meeting became this opportunity for me to really praise the things that I already knew from informal walkthroughs and from other observations throughout the school day to be able to empower them and say, we've got this, we're going to have a great experience. And then to give them the opportunity to share with me what they want me to look for. It wasn't just me going in there with an agenda and a checklist and I'm going to go and mark off what they did well or what they didn't do well. It was, hey, I'm really struggling with this particular student. Can you watch throughout the lesson how I engage with them and what things I could do better to develop their engagement. And so that was a great area of relationship building for me as a principal. And I really valued that. To have that collegial professional conversation.
Absolutely, especially since most of us love teaching. And I know for myself, I really missed the planning and conversing with my colleagues over how to teach a lesson. And so having that opportunity to have that conversation with my teachers was really valuable for me. And it also helped that some of them get their nervous feelings out, to be able to address concerns, to understand that I was really there as support to help them with what they saw as areas of growth for them. And I feel like it also let me know what they were thinking going into a lesson, their level of understanding of their students, their level of understanding of their material. And it really was an opportunity for those of us that love that instructional leader piece to differentiate with our teachers. I found that some of my teachers needed very little support in that first pre-observation. They were telling me what they needed, and some wanted me to sit and help them plan a lesson, and I was happy to do that. It really is an opportunity for that differentiation. And one of the things that I started doing through the years is really trying to look school wide and come up with a theme or a focus as we did the walkthroughs, so that I was seeing the same type of lesson throughout the grade levels. It really helped me be able to see whole school what our needs were and what our strengths were, as well as individually what each of the teachers needed, seeing the lesson, that type of lesson, language art or writing, in all the classrooms during my walkthroughs.
I think that's so valuable, that comprehensive school-wide, approach to observation. The only other thing I was going to mention about that pre-observation meeting is that it's also important to share with the teachers during that meeting what observation form you will be using so
Oh,
that they
yes.
know how you're going to be documenting that observation. Some dioceses have, a set form that they ask their principals to use. But as we mentioned in the beginning, you may be developing that form on your own for your school site. So that pre-observation meeting is the opportunity to share that with them.
Absolutely.